everybody, it's TF Renegade here, and I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. In today's video, we're taking a look at Transformers Age of the Prime's Sureshot. When he was originally revealed, I was super excited about him. I thought he looked really cool, but after getting him in hand, it's kind of a different story. So how about we take a closer look at him? So starting off in his robot mode, we can see that Sureshot looks pretty good. I always enjoyed the design of Sureshot. I thought it was really cool, and I love the colors of him as well. But this guy does have some issues. Taking a look at his head, we could see that this thing turned out absolutely incredible. I love the overall mold of it, and I love the colors. I like the light blue and light gray. I think that looks really, really good. Taking a look at his arm over here, we could see that it looks pretty okay. I'm not really a huge fan of how these turned out. They do look very cheap, and especially on the hands over here, it just doesn't look very good. The paint isn't amazing on there. And this piece does come separately in the box as well. You do have to attach that onto there. When it comes to his chest, I actually think the chest turned out amazing. I love how that looks. I like the molded details on here with the Autobot symbol. It's very G1, you know, like this looks like a G1 toy right here. So taking a look at the bottom of the figure now, as we can see, we got a little bit of paint over here on the waist area. I think that looks pretty good. Everything below that though is pretty garbage, and I'm going to tell you why right now. For some reason, Hasbro and Takara decided that they were going to go to the dollar store and give us the cheapest plastic that they could have ever created. I mean, this is really bad quality. It really feels like a knockoff Transformer. It just doesn't feel like a, official one. I mean, look at the gappage on the inside over here and just how thin this plastic looks. It just looks so bad. It's just, I don't know what happened, and this is just not the kind of quality that we've been getting on figures nowadays, and I'm just not a huge fan of this. I think this is lazy, and honestly, it really does bring this figure down. When you flip him to the backside, as you can see, he's got a little bit of a backpack going on, but it's not terrible. They actually clean this up pretty good. Everything folds into place, but that cheapness is on display once again, folks, because as you can see, this whole chest area is so thin. It doesn't look like a real official Transformer. It just looks so bad. And when you get down to the bottom, you can really see that cheapness, man. I mean, this is horrible back here. They try to hide it with these wheels, which also feel extremely cheap. You move that out of the way, dude, this is so unacceptable. The cheapness and just look of this, it's terrible. It's not worth $30, I can tell you that right now. And it's like, I would say this is only worth $5. That's how bad this is. There is no universe where they should be charging $30 for this. This is this same quality. I'm not even joking with you guys. If you've ever had those cheap knockoffs, this is the exact same cheap plastic quality. So if you were disappointed with that plastic quality like you saw before, don't worry, folks. It gets even worse. So he comes with one accessory, and that is his little target master over here. But as you can see, they decided to use the same exact crappy little quality on this guy as well. It's just really flimsy, cheap plastic. It doesn't feel good at all in the hands. But as you can see, it does turn into a little blaster over here. Nothing too exciting about that. But yep, as you can see, it just pops right out of place easily just because the plastic sucks. But as you can see, this is how he looks with the last one we got that came with Point Blank. And this one actually feels good. The plastic really feels thick. It feels really nice. He transforms really nice as well. I'm not saying it's a great Target Master or anything, but it's leagues better than this. I don't know what happened and why Hasbro decided to cheap out so bad with this. But I'll say this much. It's not as bad as the one we got with Quake. Those are definitely worse in terms of a Target Master accessory. But, I mean, we've really gone downhill because, like, before, this is what we were getting. We were getting fully articulated Target Masters, and then now we're getting this crap. I mean, folks, you literally cannot make this stuff up. So when it comes to the articulation of our guy Sureshot, he can look to the left, to the right, and all the way around if you want him to. He can also look up all the way in the air, so that's great if you guys are doing any photography on the figure. He cannot look down, but if you move the flap just a little bit, you can get a little bit of that on there, but it's not really supposed to. When it comes to the arms, you could stick these puppies all the way out, no problems there. When you're twisting it all the way around, though, it will get caught on the wheel, so you're going to have to maneuver it out like so. He does have a bicep rotation right there. He's got an elbow bend right there, pretty tight nothing with the wrist, and you actually have no excuses this time because there is absolutely no reason there shouldn't be one on here. This should be a separate piece. I mean, look how much room they got in here. There is no excuse. I'm not going to take any excuses. This is just purely cheap bullcrap. When it comes to the waist over here, though, we do have an excellent waist rotation, although it does feel a little bit loose for my taste. When it comes to the legs, you can kick that all the way out, you can kick back all the way, and you can kick to the side all the way, so that's really nice. You do have well, I thought we had a thigh rotation. You got a little bit of a rotation, but it gets caught right there, so that's a big no-no. When it comes to the knee, you have a knee bend. It's a 10 out of 10 on that, and of course, we do have ankle rockers, surprisingly, on this cheap little dollar store toy, so we can make Sureshot stand any way you please. So for comparison, here he is next to Studio Series 86 Bumblebee, and I gotta say, from far away, he does not look bad with the other figures at all. And here he is next to another Target Master being Point Blank that we got in Legacy, and he was also very controversial when he came out for different reasons. This guy is a step down, like a huge step down, so I'm not too sure what's going on with these guys. Here he is next to a bad guy Target Master being Quake, and definitely a bad figure as well when it comes to the plastic, but this has definitely gotten worse. Here he is next to a Voyager being Blaster, and like I said before, I do think he looks pretty good from far away. And last but not least, here he is with Commander Class Ultra Magnus, and like I said, I mean, he looks really good from far away next to these guys. I think if you're just going to put him on a shelf, he'll look really good. So here we have Sureshot fully transformed into his vehicle mode, and the one thing I can see is I do like the look of the vehicle mode. I think it looks pretty nice. I always like the Target Master's futuristic Cybertronian fusion stuff. I thought that was always pretty cool from G1. But the other thing I could say is it feels terrible. I mean, this literally, like I said before, feels like a dollar store knockoff Transformer. It's really bad. And I actually saw some reviews about this guy before he came out because I was like, all right, I want to get a good feeling about this guy. These guys were glazing this. I mean, I'm not even joking. These reviewers were glazing this. And I was actually getting kind of psyched for it. Dude, I get this thing in hand and I'm like, are we like touching the same toy here, or am I just going crazy? Am I taking cuckoo pills or what? Because there's just no universe where I could tell anybody to buy this. It's really bad. When it comes to the front part of the vehicle, we just got a little bit of paint on the front side and his little wheels over here. Now taking a look at the side over here, we can see we got the little painted rims over here, so that's a pretty nice addition. I'm glad they did paint those. We got some red all through here. We can see the side of the canopy up top over there. A little bit of the fin action over there. You look at the back side, it looks atrocious. This part definitely looks like a cheap little knockoff toy. I'm not a huge fan of this. On the bottom of the vehicle, it's cleaned up pretty nice up here, but then when you get back here, it looks awful. I think this is really bad, especially with his fists hanging out like this. I mean, there could have been an easier way to just flip these inside or something. This just not really good in my opinion. And then on the top part of the vehicle, as we can see, we got the fins in the back that plug into the sides of the arm. We got some nice paint on this canopy piece right here. And we got a little bit of red in the front. Nothing too crazy with the paint details, but I do think this part probably looks the best. And of course, you could take your Target Master and plug it in the front. There's a little 5mm port on the engine, and as you can see, it does add a little bit to the look. I do enjoy how these Target Masters always plugged in the front. I thought that was really cool back in the day. So this guy does not disappoint with that, but there are more 5mm ports if you want to plug them in somewhere else. So for vehicle comparison, here he is next to Studio Series 86 Bumblebee, and as you can see, not a great pair up. I think that Sureshot's plastic quality is so much worse than Bumblebee, so they just don't look very good right next to each other. Here he is next to Point Blank, and as you can see, they don't look that bad next to each other, and if you put them on a shelf, I think they'll look pretty good. Here he is with a Deluxe Decepticon being Quake, who is also a Target Master, and yeah, Quake is definitely worse when it comes to the vehicle mode. Not too sure what happened there. Here he is with a Voyager being Blaster, and Blaster absolutely towers over this guy, but you can see how these two look right next to each other. And last but not least, here he is with Commander Class Ultra Magnus, and you know, it's not a bad pair up at all. I think these two look pretty good right next to each other, and of course, if you want to, you can stick him on the inside over here. His wheels might stick out a little bit, but you have the option. He might look better up here maybe. Yeah, just a little bit, but his wheels still stick out a little bit. But, I mean, honestly, not a bad pair up at all. So what are my final thoughts on Transformers Age of the Prime Sureshot, guys? This is a huge loss. I don't want you guys to spend any money on this, even on a sale. I don't even care if you guys are trying to finish your Target Master collection. Don't waste your money, please. If you ever see a YouTube reviewer or somebody tell you this isn't that bad, or yeah, go get it, don't. Like, seriously, do not waste your money on this. It's just not worth it. He looks good. I think his colors look good, and, you know, the actual design of Sureshot is great. But that plastic quality is unacceptable. There are no excuses for it because it's so bad. It is literally a dollar store toy. It's not good at all. I don't want to hear any excuses that it's like G1. I don't want to hear any excuses about this or that. It's 2026. This guy is worth $30 now. There's just no excuse for it, and I don't want you guys to waste money that you could put on a better figure. You know, we have gotten a couple good figures so far, so I think you should maybe put that towards Soundwave or Big Convoy or somebody that you actually enjoy instead of this. So for the collector's rating, we're going for the lowest score on the channel so far. We're going to a 4 out of 10. As good as this guy looks, he is really bad, and I really don't want you guys to spend money on this. Even if you have the itch to finish your Target Masters, it's not worth it, man. This guy is a big no-no. I'm not in charge of your wallet, so if you do want to go get him, I have no control over it, but as a reviewer, I do just want to kind of say, watch out. And it's the same thing for the parents. I'll go to a 5 out of 10, but really, I want you guys as consumers to be mindful. Even if your kid wants this, don't spend over $10 for something like this, because it's truthfully unacceptable for a big company to kind of sell something like this and say, yeah, give me the $30 and call it a day. That's just a no-go for me, guys. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. If you guys like the content, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. It always means a lot to me when you do. And leave your comments down below. That's the most important part of these videos, is what you guys think. Do you guys love Sureshot? Do you hate him? Or do you just kind of feel meh about him? So go ahead and leave your comments down below, and I will see you guys next time.